Howdy, folks. So Shanny and I already covered this tonight. That was the subject matter at hand because, well, I mean, if you're one of those individuals that is trying your best to put your head in the sand and not listen to the hoofbeats of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, you could try and sleep through the chaos. But the fact is that there are certain people that are still on the planet, like myself, that I made an I took an oath to the Creator that part of what I would be is that watchman's call in Ezekiel. That the watchman on the wall, if they don't speak up when they see enemies coming, then the temple guard has the authority to run up on the roof of the temple and set the watchman on fire because he was not awake and telling them that something was coming. That's the watchman's call. And it doesn't apply, of course, to the temple in Jerusalem because there is no temple in Jerusalem, which will probably change in the next not too long. Because Netanyahu has now decided that absolutely there is one solution, and that is called the one-state solution. So as Netanyahu decides to continue to be a war criminal, we now have the American president. So people were, I had seen in chat rooms all over the place, and I thought it was probably just trolling from people that, whatever, like, it even went into John and Von's chat that I saw people, they were saying, wait for August 11th, wait for August 11th. And I was like, well, I'm always intrigued when I see a group of people putting a date out. Usually it makes me think, okay, it's deception. They're trying to get you to just be scared about a certain day. Well, guess what? This one turned out to be legit. Why? What happened on 8/11/2025? Well, let's check it out.
We're going to take our capital back. We're taking it back under the authorities vested in me as the President of the United States. I'm officially invoking Section 740 of the District of Columbia Home Rule Act. You know what that is?
In the authority vested in me by the satanic cabal elite, I am your Masonic overlord named Donald John Trump, and I am here to tell you that I am your new God. We will start rolling out the fact that I am God into the government openly now, and we are going to federalize police. We have our ICE Gestapo brown shirts that are cleaning up the browns and blacks from the streets. We are absolutely going to eviscerate the quote-unquote ghettos of the undesirables that have assaulted Doge workers. It's unacceptable. The crime rate in D.C. is absolutely through the roof. There are open assaults on the street every day, and it's time for your God King, the lizard frog god himself, Emperor Trump, is going to make your white supremacist dreams come true now.
And placing the D.C. Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control. In addition, I'm deploying the National Guard to help reestablish law, order, and public safety in Washington, D.C., and they're going to be allowed.
And what exactly, sir, could you tell us, please? Because I'm really concerned about this, sir. To be honest, like 100% with Trumpy, I am extremely serious when I ask you this question, sir. Could you please tell us the emergency that's happening in D.C. right now? We don't have video a la God rest his soul, George Floyd style protests where we have no-go zones for the cops and stuff. There's nothing like that going on, Donnie. So could you please tell me what the national emergency in D.C. is? I'll tell you what it is, folks. He won't tell you. He won't tell you shit. If this man's mouth is moving, it means he's lying, because he is being the good, dark, Masonic overlord that he is supposed to be. He was born to do this. To bring open xenophobia, open, brown, black, you're out. He was built for this. And he fed it to a large segment of the population that happens to have some racism in them. And they put it in. What's happening? Well, it just so happens that you have 6 active concentration camps that aren't... You have at least 2 active now. And you have 4 on tap ready to go. What do you think is happening right now? The media is not telling you the full extent of what this move is that Trump made on 8/11/2025. What does this mean? He declared martial law in D.C. Do you understand that this is the exact levers that I told you were going to happen, but I thought he would do this after the nuke comes out? He's starting to make tiptoes into doing that before. Well, maybe we don't have to launch a nuke. Maybe we don't have to nuke New York. They'll let me just declare martial law in the country. I don't need a big event. I'll just say, look at the crime, look at the ghettos. I make an open call to any country that might hear a nation in distress call that we have an authoritarian Hitler-style dictator in control in the presidency. Can we please have international help to come and get this out? Because if this cancer is allowed to metastasize continuously for the next 3 years that this man is going to be our president, you won't recognize what this is now. You won't recognize it in 2028. You are not going to understand what you're living in by 2028. Most likely a collapsed dollar that is no longer the global reserve currency. You're dealing in a new reality after this administration's done. And I think the gerrymandering, the Democrats, look, they're just as bad. It's 2 sides, same coin. The parties are dog shit. We know this. But I'm going to tell you right now that the Democrats that are standing up against this gerrymandering should absolutely be paying attention to. Because this is fascism. This is the Nazi regime of America that's now taken power, and they are closing the doors. What is it? I never watched the show, so the reference was really lost on me. But Game of Thrones, the Red Room. What happens in that scenario in the Red Room? I learned about this from Obama because he was like a psychopath talking about doing the Red Room deal and shutting down everything and like, okay, this is what happens in the Red Room. The king, whatever you want to call him, it'd be Trumpy right now. He closes the doors. He's got all the leadership in the room with him. People that he don't like, a lot of them. And he closes those doors, he bars them shut, and he offs all of his enemies. You want to know the first people that are going to be offed? People like Charlie Kirk. Because this is what authoritarian regimes do. They're going to take their best allies and they're going to be done. What did Trump do for Alex Jones when that kangaroo court bullshit, Sandy Hook bullshit trial was going on and they took every penny Alex had? What did Trump do? Nothing. He could have used a presidential power and said, look, this whole fucking trial against Alex Jones is clearly a violation of his First Amendment right as a member of the press and his speech. You're accusing him of being this ringleader against the Sandy Hook stuff, and he wasn't that at all. He could have killed that case. He didn't. Why? Because Jones is part of his problem. He knew that one day Jones would go, holy fucking shit. I know that I sold out. I know that I took money to be a mouthpiece for the Republican Party, but this guy is literally starting to be Hitler. Oh, I gotta swallow it. I've gone too far. I've gone too far. I took a side. It's for my family. I have to feed my family, folks. Okay, but what happens when they say that you are completely useless to them, Alex? Or you think you're gonna get taken under the wing and go into the underground cities where you're gonna get eviscerated by Christ anyway? Because you became part of the elite? You want to, I gotta protect my family. No, the way you protect your family is through the Holy Spirit, Alex. You want to protect your family's souls. You don't want to, what? Death is going to take you. Death takes everybody. Open authoritarian Hitler shit.
To do their job properly.
If there's one thing that President Donald Trump is consistent on, he loves to sick the military against the American people, and that's exactly what he announced today, saying that he would place the District of Columbia Police under federal control and deploy the National Guard to fight crime and rid the city of its homeless population.
What? Oh. What a beautiful humanitarian our president is. He's gonna put all the homeless in housing. Oh my God, what a saintly Christian President Trump is. No, he's gonna get the riffraff off the street that are poor people that are disgusting to him and put them in prison camps. And maybe get some forced labor out of them. Yeah, well, we'll have them mine out some good tight lithium. We got lithium caves that need mining. We're going to take them, work them, and that's it. We don't need that riffraff. Oh, are you ready? I hope so.
So the guy who's up the ass of private equity, the same private equity that's snatching up residential real estate across the country, in some parts of California, 20% of residential real estate. At a time when we have a housing crisis, you're gonna go ahead and just wipe out the homeless population in DC and do what? Where are they gonna go?
Oh, well, there's places, Anna, for them to go now that are very, very Christian. They'll give them the food they need and the guidance. One of them is called Alligator Alcatraz, AKA Chrome. We have services set up for them there. That everything is good. Look, we're fixing this country, okay? You don't have to worry about what happens to them after they go in that building. They're getting services, which just so happens to have at the end of it a bulldozer with bodies in a pit.
You're the president of the United States. You could actually handle this situation through policy, through leadership, but instead, no, I'm gonna get the National Guard to do sweeps of homeless people in DC and do what with them exactly? No, this is insanity. So Trump on Sunday compared his plans for Washington to his
I know TYT people are fucking brilliant people. I know that Cenk is brilliant. I know that Anna's brilliant. You know what those, put two and two together, guys. What did you do a segment on that I covered last night? American concentration camps. That's where the homeless are going. I hope you really, do you feel it? Do you feel that in your spirit? You know what's happening. Just like a lot of Germans, that they may have been out in the countryside and they saw a big building with smokestack and a train rail, and there's people behind fences. Like Germans would have seen that and went, the ones with the conscience would have went, what the hell is that? No, I'm going to do everything. I'm dropping everything, and I'm going to find out why there are people that are clearly starving behind fences. I can't believe I'm even talking like this, but that's where you're at. They have 6 different facilities. And these moron MAGA people, they're going to go, oh, it's the Browns are gone. This is phenomenal. You're next. Do you know that you're next on Trump's list to cull? Why? Because you're a dumb, poor idiot that put in Hitler.
Administration's aggressive enforcement of immigration at the US-Mexico border. But in this case, the bad treatment is going to be directed toward Americans, of course, which I've been warning about, but everyone thinks, no, it's okay. It's just those dirty immigrants who are here illegally. There's no way that Trump would direct the military against the American people. There's more. So US-Mexico border where the national...
Oh, except we have evidence to the contrary. What evidence do we have with how Donald John Trump likes to treat his citizens? Well, when they get out of hand, whatever his opinion of out of hand is, or at the time, Bill Barr, I think it's time we hit him with some gas canisters. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I want to go across the street to the church, the boarded up church. I want to take my Bible and flip it upside down and tell everybody I'm Satan. I want to do that too. If you're a Christian and you still think Trump is a Christian, you have literally no discernment. Do you know what the word discernment means? If you believe that Trump is of Christ.
National Guard and other branches of the military have been deployed since early in his term to crack down on border crossings. He said he would immediately clear out the city's homeless population and take swift action against crime. Cenk.
Yeah, so we're going to get to what should be done.
And you see also the programming there, because they're trying to get this through. The programming of homeless equals criminal. Do you see that? There's a little story in the Bible about a place called Sodom, and that's exactly how they felt and what happened to their city. I'll let you look that up. Or if you don't want to read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, you could go listen to the song by Deep Purple called Burn. It's all about Sodom. Go listen to that song. That's your future.
About crime and the right way to handle it in a place like DC. But here's what I know for sure. The right way to handle crime is not to bring the US military. Because that's what banana republics do, okay? That's countries that go through coup after coup after coup. Oh, look, there's a guy who tried a coup, and now he's bringing military into the streets. And who has he learned how to stifle dissent from? Oh, his buddies at Israel, right? And Palantir, another defense contractor.
Absolutely, Cenk. And see, Shanny and I said this earlier tonight. Look, you can be patriotic American and acknowledge when your country's doing wrong. That does not mean that you're anti-American. It's quite the opposite. If you sit there and say, I refuse to have my tax money go to Israel to pay for blown up babies, that is a principled stance. That doesn't mean you're against the troops. That doesn't mean that you're against even the American government. It means that you're against that part of what your government's doing. It's the same thing as the troops. The United States military has been engaged in war crimes, just like Israel has been engaged in war crimes, just like a lot of militaries have been engaged in war crimes. And what happens? Nothing. The UN is supposed to be there to enforce international law, and they do nothing. Tells you something, doesn't it?
Yep.
That are both tied to Israel and America. And now you're rolling in the military. Now we're going to get facial recognition software. They started this program in Israel. It was used to murder Palestinians in Gaza. Now they're going to do it for protesters, etc.
Woo! Do you know how far down the rabbit hole you are, or don't you? You remember the movie Batman Begins? We're going back. That's a pretty old movie. But do you remember the technology that they showed in that movie with Bruce Wayne and Lucian? The guy, Morgan Freeman in the movie said, look, you could start that machine up in there that I created, but it's such a national security threat. If you start that, I quit. Because it's a violation of everybody's rights. Everybody. It's a violation of everything in this country. So if you turn that machine on, I'm out. I can't be with you no more. But you could save the city. Right? Right. What did Bruce Wayne do? He did what he had to do. He turned on the fucking machine. You're in that world. Right now, as I speak to you, the CIA is watching every single fucking word that I say. And I know it. In real time. Because the way I've spoken in the past and in the present, that I'm not going to just sit down and watch Hitler kill people, that they're going to say that's a dissident. And fine, call me a fucking dissident. You kill me and make me stronger. But I'll tell you all day that you need Jesus Christ in your life, and if you don't like it, then you got a problem. Okay? Why would you not want this man in your life that healed the sick and fed the poor? Isn't that what we're supposed to represent as a country? Is to feed and take care of the poor and the needy and the widow and the orphan? No. Now we enrich the coffers of billionaires at the cost of you and your family.
So now military rule has begun. And what that does is it doesn't stop crime, it takes your freedom away. And if you're a right-winger, whoever hung a flag that said, don't tread on me, brother, this is a tyrannical government.
Holy shit. I've literally said this over the past couple of weeks. Before that, I've said this exact quote that he's saying, I've said months ago. You're the frog in the pot that's boiling, and Trump just jacked the heat way too fast. Are you going to jump from this? Federalizing DC police? He just took the heat. You're the frog in the pot. Did you feel that? Did you feel the temperature go up? I hope you did, because if you didn't, then you're not alive anymore. You're already cooked. Federalizing DC police is martial law. So why is he doing it? Oh, it's to get his mind off Epstein. Bullshit. No way. This is bigger than Epstein. Oh, that's why he did it, to take your eyes off of that. It doesn't matter if that's what it is or not. You have a president that said, fuck it. Martial law now. Why? Because I said so. Look at the crime. There's no spike in crime. There is no spike in crime. So why is he doing it? Because he can. He feels he can. No, he can't. Where's the leadership? There is none. Bernie Sanders said, I'm going to be 84 soon. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't running. Fine. Thanks for all the rhetoric.
You were warning about, okay? And you think your enemy comes at you from the front? No, your enemy comes at you from the back, okay? Oh, so the Republicans that said, oh yeah, don't tread on me, watch out for tyrannical government, then now they're rolling.
Alex, you hear that one? Jink got you. He's got you. One of the first names Jink would bring up in this case would be Alex, because you've been talking about it since '98. Now it's here. Folks, we got to look out for totalitarian government taking over the White House. You got it. You got it. But you're making excuses for him. You go around the issues a little bit for those old school audience members that you know are still there. And they're like, Alex, you're full of shit now, aren't you? You guys, oh, I don't like what Trump's doing right now. And, oh my God, I'm actually, folks, I gotta go vomit. But all that work you did for all those decades, Alex, you say, right? You've been on the air, what, 35 years now, 40 years, coming up on 40 years, Alex. Incredible legacy. That's shit on now. All those times you had that bullhorn outside of Bilderberg. A hero to the country with that bullhorn telling those piece of shit bankers they aren't our gods. We have a God, but it ain't them. A hero. And now you endorse the American Hitler. Pretty much.
Yeah, tyrannical government in the streets of our cities, and you're not noticing.
So let me explain something, because unlike huge swaths of the left, I'm just keeping it real, I actually do take crime seriously. I know how much it actually harms communities. It hinders the opportunities for children in neighborhoods that are dealing with high crime. And so I do take it seriously. The idea that the National Guard is going to solve this issue is ridiculous, especially when you look at what the crimes are in DC in particular. So they do have a very serious problem.
I'm done here. The difference between me and Alex is that I actually do feel like I want to vomit, because I realize, wow, like this microphone here that I love. Who inspired me to get a microphone like this? It was Alex Jones. I hope by some act of God you see it, Alex. You see this video. And you see the shell shock on me. Because I thought I could have some faith in someone on earth. Because the only faith I have is in Jesus. That's the only faith I have. But I did put faith in you as a man of your word. And you're supporting the American Hitler.